Hey there. So it's been a week since I traveled to Texas after being invited by Amanda Nguyen to watch her historic flight into space on the Blue Origin rocket. And unless you've been living under a rock, after that mission was complete, there was a firestorm of criticism, commentary about that all-female crew, mostly because it was made up of some celebrities such as Katy Perry, Lauren Sanchez, who is of course engaged to Jeff Bezos, and Gayle King. But I have to say that I went for Amanda, and so did a lot of other people, and I just wanted to share why I got invited. Recently, before this launch, a cover story came out in Elle magazine. In the photograph, when I saw it, I found offensive. And I'll tell you why. It's because Amanda was thrown in the back and she was the least visible. And it confused me and it sort of frustrated me. And so I posted this on Instagram and I said, this is the cover of Elle USA. Maybe it's just me, but it seems Amanda Nguyen is the least visible in this photo, even though she is a renowned civil rights activist and Nobel Peace Prize nominee who turned her traumatic rape in 2014 into a movement to pass the Sexual Assault Survivors' Rights Act in 2016 with unanimous congressional approval, and then do the same in the United Nations in 2024. Amanda put all of her lifelong dreams of becoming an astronaut on hold for years because of her crucial work. But now, because of the achievements of truly giving voice and legitimate rights to sexual assault survivors, Amanda can realize her dream of going to space. So why is she put in the background? To me, the expression on her face projects her continued struggle to be heard and respected. Again, this is just me thinking out loud. Amanda, we see you, we hear you, we believe in you. So I posted that just wanting to get a message to her and also bringing attention to the fact that this cover didn't really recognize her. About an hour later, a very close confidant of hers at Rise, the organization that she founded, contacted me through direct message and said that Amanda was truly moved by my post and that she appreciated it. And then she invited me to come watch the launch in Texas. Now, as you can imagine, I was totally surprised by this. I certainly didn't expect it, but I was honored and I wanted to go to support Amanda. And that was my main goal. And so here's a story I put together of the day's events when we all went to support her. What happened was that she invited her family, of course, and her very, very close friends. That was one tier of invited guests. Those people were with her actually at the launch, the physical launch site. Then the second tier, another handful of friends, close confidants, were also nearby. Then they wanted to invite more of the community, activists, community workers, scientists, people she had gone to school with, the NASA program with, and then people like me. And so that was about 50, 60 of us who were invited to go. And so we all were there to support Amanda because we all knew what she had done to get to this point of going to space and all the sacrifices she made. So here is what happened the day before the launch and into the launch day. On the eve of the launch, a group of us got together for cocktails and to get to know one another because most of us actually didn't know each other. We signed a beautiful photo book that was put together by one of her close friends. And then at 4 a.m., it was time to get on the bus. All right, so we are on the bus on the way to Van Horn, which is where the launch is happening. It's about a 2-hour drive. It's right now 4:30. But when we got on the bus, it was so sweet. We had these little goodie bags on our chairs. I think the sweetest part was there's a note from Amanda, and I'm going to read it. Thank you for being part of this historic moment. All of you have touched my life in one way or another. My journey to the stars includes you. When I fly, I'll be thinking of you. I'll be thinking of all the survivors and allies at Rise who have fought for my rights and helped pass laws for 1.3 billion people. I wouldn't have been able to get there without them, without you. Thank you for being here. Ad Astra, Amanda. So we have arrived at the area where we're going to be watching the launch. So it's pretty much tailgating. But the folks who organize all this for us, they have this fun little trailer. And I guess they'll be serving coffee and snacks later. But here we are in the middle of the desert. Beautiful mountains in the background. And then the launch site is over here. As you can see, it was pretty bare bones, but none of us really cared. We just wanted to see Amanda launch into space. I had a chance to speak to some of her former colleagues, friends, and allies.
Amanda has done such amazing work through RISE, through her civil rights advocacy, but she originally studied to be an astronaut, and she has done trainings and internships and research to earn her place on this rocket. And so I'm really excited for her to be blasting off into space and to be the first Vietnamese woman and Southeast Asian woman in space.
To be invited out through community with you, May, and with other people out here through because of the activism and because her commitment to community and her commitment to like being an example for our community and our people, like I'd never thought that was going to be how I got out here.
She has gone through so much, and her determination is just something that I would say like really look up to. And it's important for us to keep telling this story, sharing all these amazing stories with Asian sisters. That's the importance of it, and it's also important for us to be here to cheer her on.
All right, so we're just a few minutes away from launch. And as you can see, all the folks are waiting for it. Oh!
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Woo! Oh, wow. Wow, we are so happy for her. Okay, that was pretty cool to watch that.
That was pretty cool.
And now she's up there. She's up there. She's up there, and everybody's here watching this whole thing, looking up at the sky. Go, Amanda! Go, Amanda! 1, 2, 3, take it up space!
Mình theo đẹp lắm. Từ đó con ra có những cái tái trẻ lên có thể thấy chính mình trong nhiều vì sao người đen nhưng mà tôi sẽ không phải là người. Oh my God.
That's the crew in the parachute.
Yeah.
In the tiny little pod. You can barely see the pod below the parachutes. The moment we all saw Amanda get out of the capsule was a moment of total joy, elation, and celebration for us all, because we knew what this meant to Amanda.
And this one I didn't know if I would bring, but I ended up bringing it and floating it, and it's the hospital band from the day.
Oh.
And, I got to honor her today, and I'm so grateful to the thousands of people, the engineers, the scientists, just everyone who has made this a reality. A promise I made to myself that if I were to pause my astronaut dreams and fight for rights, that one day I would return to her.
And it says, never, never give up. Well, those dreams are no longer on hold. You are finally an astronaut. Congratulations.
I have been working with RISE in some capacity since December of 2016. So hearing Amanda talk about this since day one, having been her dream, and then finally seeing it come to fruition is just very overwhelming. Having worked on the Sexual Assault Survivors Bill of Rights and having since passing in California and since helping to pass in New York, it's just so much emotion to see how the lineage is continuing to grow and expand of the work that she's done and everything that she did to put her dreams on hold to realize these rights for survivors throughout the country, throughout the world.
So can I just ask everyone, how was it?
Incredible. Wow. Once in a lifetime experience.
Yes.
It was beautiful.
It was out of this world.
It was out of this world. When you see Amanda, whenever that is, or talk to her, what are you going to say?
Congratulations. Like, how do you describe
You
that?
did it.
You
did it.
Holy shit.
She made her dream come true.
Congratulations, Amanda. Okay, so we're wrapping things up here after this historic launch and watching Amanda and her female teammates all take off and come back to Earth safe and sound. And so I think for me, yeah, it was pretty extraordinary being here watching the rocket just take off and knowing that these women were on board and knowing that this was Amanda's lifelong dream and she actually was headed to space and then headed back down. Listening to her talk about the experience and telling us that she had taken a couple of different tokens, one of which was the wristband from the hospital after she was sexually assaulted. That was really moving, lots of tears, but it just goes to show that her journey has been long. It's been full of ups and downs, pain, but also incredible joy. And today I think she felt the ultimate joy. So we cannot be happier for her. And the fact that I got to experience it and be invited to this very special occasion meant the world to me. It was a joyous day. And so here is to progress. Here's to science. Here's to women. Here is to humanity. All right. See ya.